Hello, today I'd like to talk to you about a checkmate. Not just any old checkmate, one of the nicest checkmates you'll ever see and perhaps play. It's called sometimes Philidor's Legacy. Philidor was one of the old great chess players of the past from the 1700s, and was sometimes called Anastasia's mate. I don't know why it's called Anastasia's mate. But it runs like this. What we need is an open diagonal to the king, and we'll need a knight hovering somewhere close. So those two ingredients, queen and knight cooperating. So we'll start off with a check, and if the king comes to f8, then we're going to checkmate him on f7. So the king will go to h8, and we'll play another check. Knight to f7 check, king to g8, and now if the knight hops anywhere, it's going to be check from the queen. So one decent move might be to move it to d6, and we'll pick up the rook. But in fact, there's another approach here. Knight to h6, double check. You're not giving up the knight. The knight can't. The king can't. Black can't take the knight because it's a double check. Even the laziest king, says Nimzovich, flees in the face of double check. So the king's got to move. Again, can't go to f8 because of mate. So after the check, it goes to h8. And now we sometimes see youngsters will play back to the knight back to f7, and we just get a perpetual. But this is where you're on the brink of brilliancy. Queen to g8 check, and the king can't take it because it's protected by the knight. So the rook takes it, and now the king is stuck in the corner with no moves at all, and any check is going to be mate if the capturing piece can't be taken. And here we go, knight to f7, smothered checkmate, beautiful. And so that's it in its simplest form. Just a little caution that you sometimes see people try it with a queen. It doesn't work with when the queen is protecting the back rank. Knight f7, king g8, knight h6 check, king h8, queen in the corner, takes, smothered mate? No. So don't fall for that. It does crop up in real games surprisingly often, because the knight's the g5 is a very natural square for the knight to reach. This is a very natural very common diagonal to be open. Oops, slightly missed. So this is a common diagonal to be open. So it does crop up. So let's look at one example. This came from a tournament in. And we went off to play the Welsh and other local counties, and Becky Trott here on the verge of brilliancy. So we've got this fantastic wedge shape, total dominance of the e6 square. So that's hooray! But the queen is completely stuck. The queen is trapped, and yet goodness knows why, but black played queen to a5, I suppose fearing the fork on f7. And of course here, well, black might have thought quite cheerfully that they were winning a queen, but Becky had the chance to play here knight to f7 check, king to g8, knight to h6 check, king to h8, queen to g8 check, and now the knight takes, and smothered mate on f7, which would have been a lovely finish, which I'm sorry to say she missed, but never mind. And so that's an example from a junior game. And here's a lovely finish from a game of Capablanca's, Capablanca against Mattison. And we can see that some of the ingredients are around. We've got the knight on g5, we've got this open diagonal, although at the moment this pawn is blocking us. And the last move of the game, move 20, was bishop takes c6. And the game could have finished queen takes c6, otherwise we're losing a piece, black losing a piece. And now c5, discovered attack, discovered check along the long diagonal, and if king to h8, knight to f7 check. In this position, unlike some of the other ones we've seen, the knight can actually be taken, so rook takes f7, and actually winning the exchange might have been okay, but in this position the undeveloped queen side is important. Rook to d8, and it's going to be checkmate on the back rank. So instead of that, so knight f7 check, and instead of rook takes f7, king g8, knight h6 check, king h8, queen to g8 check, takes, and discovered smothered mate to finish off with. The whole of this game, Capablanca Madison, is well worth looking through, so I'll make another little video about that. But there's Anastasia's mate enough times that I hope you'll remember it.